You would probably think this woman, if you listen to her, is very stupid or ignorant. But of course she isn't. She's highly intelligent. She knows a lot and she understands a lot. But she chooses to speak in the way that she does because she wants to influence her public in a certain way. There's no way in the world that I will ever accept that she doesn't know what she's talking about and that she doesn't know that she's just telling complete nonsense. But let's listen to her for a second, and I'll try to rebuke.
What is the problem? Why do we have to have this tax in the first place? It's about carbon dioxide. Well, what is carbon dioxide? Let's just go to a fundamental question. Carbon dioxide, Mr. Speaker, is a natural byproduct of nature. Carbon dioxide is natural. It occurs in Earth. It is a part of the regular life cycle of Earth. In fact, life on planet Earth can't even exist without carbon dioxide. So
she goes on. Of course, salt is also a naturally occurring substance in the world, and we all have salt in our bodies, and there's salt in the oceans. But there's an amount of salt that we can tolerate, and then it's enough. And then we get kidney problems, high blood pressure, and all that stuff. Fish die if they go from fresh water to salt, and the other way around. So even though salt is naturally occurring, it's the quantity and the place in which you find it that's important.
The fundamental life cycle of Earth. As a matter of fact, carbon dioxide is portrayed as harmful, but there isn't even one study that can be produced that shows that carbon dioxide is a harmful gas. There isn't one such study because carbon dioxide is not a harmful gas, it is a harmless gas.
Again, she's wrong, and maybe you remember the movie Apollo 13 and what it was about. It was about a few guys trying to reach the moon. Halfway they got an explosion and they had to go back home because they are running out of oxygen. Their main problem on that trip was to avoid a high concentration of carbon dioxide in the module, because carbon dioxide in high concentration is poisonous. It damages the brain and the organs. So what they were trying to do with all kinds of tricks was to use some what they were called some cleaning modules that could fit in one of the part of the lunar module to use in another part of their capsule, and that's how they survived. So if Ms. Bachman says that carbon dioxide is not a harmful substance, of course she's wrong. But of course she doesn't. She tries to appear that she doesn't know what she's talking about. I can't continue on this video because my video would be too long. But then she goes on and saying that carbon dioxide is only 3% of the atmosphere, and that human contribution is only 3% of 3%, and that must be wrong too, because we started at 350 and we're going to 450, so the difference is more than 3%. But even if it's a tiny amount, every substance is lethal and toxic if you just consume it in the right quantities. You can die of, I don't know, sugar toxicity. Any substance is dangerous if it goes outside the natural parameters that we want it to have. And the fact is that our species, human species, but also all the other animals and plants on the earth, evolved into an environment with less carbon dioxide. And because we pulled this coal and oil out of the ground, deep under the ground where it didn't form part of the ecosystem, and we burn it up, we now have a lot more of carbon dioxide. And that's bad for our ecosystem. That means that the temperatures are changing, and the animal species and the plant species are not adapted to that. And it's happening so quick that even trees that can adapt to higher temperatures cannot migrate, cannot grow fast enough to move around on the earth. So the problems are big, and this woman is just playing ignorant. And to me, you know, you should have like a dishonesty. In Holland, if something like this happens, you get a motion of distrust. So everybody stands up and say, we don't believe that you really believe that. You have to go home because you're not a good politician.